Good day, everyone. Ms. Miller, you're here to prove to your ex-boyfriend, Scotty Rasmussen, that he is not the father of your 3-year-old daughter, Zaylee Rasmussen.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim you've been in an ongoing court battle over custody and have petitioned the court several times for a DNA test, all of which have been denied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rasmussen, you claim the real reason Ms. Miller is denying your Zaylee's father is because she hates you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say you've been there for your daughter her entire life, and you're here today to prove you are Zaylee's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rasmussen, why is Ms. Miller saying you're not Zaylee's father?
Your Honor, I believe it's just out of pure hatred. She just doesn't want me to have visitation. I drive 160 miles every other weekend just to pick up my daughter and drop her off. That's about 10,000 miles. That's wear and tear on my car. She doesn't have a driver's license. She doesn't have any way to bring her to me. She doesn't have any way to meet me halfway.
You say she hates you. Why does she hate you?
Yeah, she hates me because at the end of the relationship, when things got rocky, I'll admit it, I did go to another woman. I'll be the first to admit that. It was my mistake.
Is that true, Ms. Miller?
No.
It's not?
No.
Tell me what you believe to be true in this situation.
Yes, I was very mad at him for being a cheater. He cheated on me through pretty much our whole relationship. No, I do not hate him because of that. I lost my respect for him, yes.
He says this is about visitation, too. He loves his daughter, but you don't want him to have the visitation. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why is that?
Because I believe that the only reason why he wants the visitation is to claim her on his taxes.
Wait a minute. I've never heard that before. That's a first. Come on, man. Stop the cap. You probably told him in the beginning that that's his baby. And at that point, once you told him that was his baby, he like, that's my girl. And now you trying to say that it's not? I'd be fighting for it too. I didn't got all attached to this kid. And then all of a sudden you telling me it's not my kid. But most, I don't know. I'm not, I'll let it roll. I'll let it roll.
Furthest thing from the truth. I want my visitation because my daughter means the world to me. I want to be in her life as much as I possibly can.
I mean, if he's driving 160 miles each way every other weekend, the money he would get in his taxes, he's spending in gas.
I'm paying my child support. I have my child support claim
Tell her to
right
stop
here,
the cap.
plus an additional $3 fee, plus an additional $60 annual fee just to pay my child support.
You pay $50 a week.
Just under $50 a week. Plus that $3 with every check, plus another $60 every year to the state.
And that's not very much to get what she needs.
Is it enough to buy her clothes so she doesn't have to wear cut-off sweatpants and the same T-shirt every time I pick her up?
I do that because I don't want.
Is it enough money to buy her underwear?
I do that because it is what it is. See, I thought she was about to say something profound. I thought she was about to say, I do that because you ain't doing nothing. So I put her in the same clothes. So when she go to your house, she can wear those clothes that you have at your house. But no, sound like you don't have no clothes at your house. She said, I do that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Bruh, don't you understand? It is what it is. She don't care. Look, this is her first. This is her first with a female just like, you ain't the baby daddy. Dude, if a female say you ain't the baby daddy, you probably not the baby daddy, man. If she say you not the baby daddy, you're probably not the baby daddy, man. Come on, dude. What are we doing here? Case dismissed.
So you don't got to keep putting her in diapers at 4 years old?
I have underwear for her. And she is not in diapers. She is in pull-ups. She is in training right now. She is having problems.
She is.
But what he's saying, Miss Miller, is it's clearly not about money if he's paying his child support. And he also spends money coming to see her. What is this really about for you? Why is it you don't want him involved in this child's life?
Because I still believe that he's not hers.
Okay, and
Why?
listen, that's what we're here for. I want to get down to the bottom of the truth.
Yeah.
You don't believe he's her biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So explain to me why.
When she was conceived in March of 2011. He wasn't even in the same state. He was in Vegas. And at that time in March, I wasn't even with him. I was with somebody else because he broke up with me because he cheated on me.
I'll be the first to admit it was a.
Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh. Let me tell you something. When a woman says she's not the baby, you're not the baby daddy, homie, you're not the baby daddy because she would know more than you would. She said you was out of town when she was making this baby. You was in Vegas when she was making this baby, bruh. Oh, man, let's get back to it. But before we get back into it, let me introduce myself.
They have always marched to the beat of their own drum. Their lives are not significantly affected by how others shift around them. A Sigma man is his own man. We've heard about the alpha male. He is brash and loud and is obviously the boss of the pack. Then there is the beta, capable but willing to take the sidelines. So, who is this Sigma guy?
Shalom, my people. I am Sigma Male Wolf, and this is Who's Out of Order. Knowing who's out of order, what I do is I react to videos, then I tell you who I think is out of order. It could be one person, could be 2, 3, 4, or maybe more, or it could be none. But it's my opinion, and that's the bottom line. All right, my people. This video here is from Paternity Court, and it says, man drives 100+ miles for birth of child that woman says isn't his. And I believe that he's not the father. If the woman is telling you you're not the father, God damn it, you're not the father.
He wasn't even in the same state. He was in Vegas. And at that time in March, I wasn't even with him. I was with somebody else because he broke up with me because he cheated on me.
I'll be the first to admit it was a mistake.
Okay, we've gotten the fact that you two have an on and off relationship that has infidelity woven through. I understand that. Ms. Miller, you were stating to the court that you were intimate with someone else and you believe that you were intimate with that other person during the time Zaylee was conceived and Mr. Rasmussen was all the way in Las Vegas.
Yes, Your Honor.
But clearly at some point, Mr. Rasmussen either thought or was informed that he was her biological father because
he was informed. He was informed. We know she had to have told that man that. I think I said that earlier in the video, but she had to have told him that. We'll get to it. Come on, Lauren or Judge.
that other person during the time Zaylee was conceived and Mr. Rasmussen was all the way in Las Vegas.
Yes, Your Honor.
But clearly at some point, Mr. Rasmussen either thought or was informed that he was her biological father because he is paying child support. He's still driving 160 miles each way. And she has his last name.
Yes.
Mr. Rasmussen, fill me in. At what point were you ever told that you were not her biological father?
I believed I was, and still believe I was the only biological father until about 5 or 6 months or so, give or take, after she was born. We were at family court talking to the family court commissioner about custody and the things that go along with that, like where she'd be going to school, her doctor, and all that. And Miss Miller brings it up that I could possibly not be the father because of another man that was involved. And she gave some date. I can't remember the specifics. One of the people we were talking to with the family court commissioner did the math, and it turns out that would be a 10-month pregnancy, and that don't make sense to me.
Because it was so long ago. I was confused about the dates, but now that I went through...
She confused about the dates. She confused about the fathers. What the hell else are you confused about? You just a confused motherfucker.
both of our Facebooks. I went through all of my notes, all of anything that I wrote down, and I figured out that she was conceived in March, and it was a 9-month pregnancy.
So, Mr. Rasmussen, up until Zaylee was 6 months, 5 or 6 months old, you believed you were the only possible biological father.
That is correct. We never broke up. There was never any that I can recall. There was never any split there. There was the relationship was.
I don't know. Y'all was splitting, bro. And it sounded like y'all was splitting. It sounded like you was splitting and she was splitting. Both of y'all was splitting. So that means y'all splitting. Y'all splitting at some point in time because you off with some other chick, she off with some other dude. That sound like a split to me.
Was on and off in a sense, but we never.
But by that time she was born, so she already had your name.
She already had my name.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
That is correct.
Your name's on the birth certificate.
have that
Drew.
right.
You hand me that, please.
I have.
Oh, damn. But you know what? He truly believed it. But damn, y'all signing these birth certificates. Look, before men, fellas, let me talk to you. Before you sign the birth certificate, you should have a DNA test done. Because every single baby born should have a DNA test.
I have that right here. My name is on that birth certificate.
So you're on the birth certificate.
Yep, I was at.
You're at the birth?
I was at the birth. I was at every single doctor's appointment. When Zaylee was born, you were at a doctor's appointment. I was at home because I had to work that day. I was at my job as a cashier. I got a phone call and I answered it. They said she was going into labor. I said, okay. I hung up the phone. I quickly finished up as fast as I could with that particular customer. I turned off my checkout light, told the next customer in line that something came up. I either have to go to another line. I went up to my manager, my immediate supervisor, said, hey, I got to go. My girlfriend's in labor. I went home, quickly changed my clothes, and I drove about 45 miles through a winded, wooded road in Wisconsin in December, mind you. So it was about a foot of snow on the ground. I made it to that hospital in less than 35 minutes. I beat her to the hospital. And I was there from the moment she got there to the moment she was
on it. This dude is on it. He beat her to the hospital. He did all that. He finished up his customer. He told the other customer he got an emergency. He goes to his manager, tells him he has to go. He leaves, drives home, changes his clothes, drives through a windy road in the snow, got there in 35 minutes, and still beat her to the hospital. Have y'all heard this before? Has any man anywhere ever beat the woman to the hospital? Has any man anywhere ever beat the woman to the hospital? If you have, let me know. Let me know.
Discharged. I called my boss at work and said, hey, I got to take some days off. I don't care if you fire me or whatever, but I got to stay here. My daughter's
See, this dude is committed.
That's a lie.
This
After
dude is committed.
she was born.
That was an amazing story. You say that was a lie?
Yes, it is.
How do you remember it?
After she was born, he was gone. He ran out of the room. I didn't see him for 20 minutes after that.
Hey, he still came from his job, went home, changed clothes, went through the snow in 35 minutes, and beat you to the hospital. What you mean he ran out? And she want to know about the other, like before he ran out, supposedly. But come on, man, stop the cap. You think we actually think this man ran out the room? This dude almost killed himself trying to get there. You think he do not want to see the birth? spend time with the baby after the baby's born? Come on, do you want us to believe that? This man of all men, of all men on earth, this man that went through a snowstorm on a windy road and still beat you to the hospital. I don't believe it.